Hello everyone, and now welcome to a human versus undead matchup. Romantic, also known as Fortitude, going up against Happy. Happy spawning as the red undead over here on the top right hand side of the map. The Emperor, no other introduction needed, as he is currently the best Warcraft 3 player, playing a cold, calculating, micro intensive undead and other races as well as necessary. Meanwhile, on the bottom left-hand side of the map, Romantic opening things up, speed building his Altar of Kings to buy him a couple of seconds for that, what I believe to be Archmage creeping with those water elementals and footmen, or footmen and militia. Taking a look back, Happy looks to be opening up with Altar of Darkness and a Crypt. We should be looking Altar of Darkness, Crypt, Death Knight, and Ghouls, unless Happy is trying to give some sort of a show match here, showing how versatile he really is. All right, waiting for the Ziggurat to be done, and it is going to be a Lich first. All right, so Happy opening things up with Lich first, and will be able to get in large amounts of damage, but you won't be able to heal up those lower hit point ghouls. 39 and 0 at the moment in show cups. Yeah, Happy just continuing to be the powerhouse that he is. Coming back through, Archmage about to be trained up here, should come on out at the 1 minute 45 second mark, as we are looking at the Lich. Well, a little bit delayed behind there, and a Tomb of Relics, which will be providing that Lich with a Rod of Necromancy. 37, 2 and 0. Oh, 2 ties. All right. Well, he hasn't lost yet. All right. Lightning Shield onto the Archmage. Archmage actually suffering quite a bit of, or dealing quite a bit of damage to all of those remaining units there. The Rogues may actually end up getting taken down because of the Lightning Shield. He's going to back away in time. That is the question. Oh, he ends up losing experience because of the Lightning Shield as he tries to dive on through. All right, Romantic, a little bit behind there, and you cannot make these small mistakes against Happy, as small mistakes eventually do add up. All of that additional gold for a little bit of a faster creep ended up losing a bit of experience there. So, well, consider that just a little bit of a time waste. Coming back through, Archmage now going to be making its way off to the north here. Lightning Shield on that Lich. Lich picking up a Tome of Intelligence. And we'll see if the Lich goes for Frost Armor or what I believe to be Dark Ritual first. Lich is going to be able to get that Dark Ritual first, be able to Frost Nova as necessary, and that Rod of Necromancy also acting pretty much as a mana pot whenever he wants and needs as well. Down to the south side here, Rock Golem. Creep camp gonna get cleared up. Rock Golem aggroed, pulled away, and now trying to simply walk back into position. And as it walks back into position, was just wandering around here for a little bit of time before engaging. A great job using the AI of the creeps against the creep itself, as the potion of invulnerability going to be picked up, and there's a major difference there. The Archmage should be at level 3, only sitting at level 2, and with that only sitting at level 2, unable to drop level 3 water elementals, which would be a dramatic difference overall. Archmage being forced to use a potion of lesser invulnerability there, now going to drop that level 2 water elemental, but he could perhaps have more level 2 water elementals out here onto the battlefield. Low hit point Ghoul able to retreat back, as well as skeletal minions getting cleaned up relatively easily. All right, with those skeletal minions getting cleaned up, though, it's not really doing any lasting damage, as those are all timed units. Water Elemental still racking up a little bit of damage. Are we going to see some more damage going against some of those skeletal minions? Perhaps try to get a little bit more experience there. Lich could try to land a Frost Nova down onto some of those units, and without that Unholy Aura, well, the Lich cannot keep up with that Archmage at all. Archmage going to perhaps buy Boots of Speed, and now continuing to retreat back, and now definitely able to outrun or outfloat that Lich, as that Lich now tries to wander back home. All right, little bit of damage going to get racked up there. One Ghoul could get taken down. One more final shot. Yes, one Ghoul taken down against Happy. And every time a unit against Happy falls, it seems like such a big victory, as Happy has such good micro control, able to keep so many of his units alive and well. Frost Nova going up against that Lich. Lich taking a little bit of slow damage here. Graveyard now under duress. If you can delay the Graveyard, that is a big deal, as Ghouls are now about to get taken down. Graveyard now going to get, stopped and then perhaps be resummoned here is going to get taken down. Yeah, it is taken down. There goes a little bit of deny as another unit getting denied there as well. All right, Archmage comes back across. Lich is going to be able to escape. Archmage down to 118 hit points. Lich, however, a bit lower, and he broke the chase as the Lich also has boots of speed. Both sides going to try and fight and engage here. What's going on? Scroll of Town Portal coming back around now. Going to aggro the creeps, making it difficult to hang around this Goblin Merchant shop as this Water Elemental, well, falls into a puddle. All right, Archmage and Lich, both of them into a little bit of a crazy race there. I did not even recognize and realize that the Lich had picked up boots of speed for himself. One of those changes that Blizzard made recently by allowing a Goblin Merchant shop to have 2 sets of boots of speed to make it well, less dependent overall. In previous years, there was a race to who can buy the boots of speed first, as those boots of speed made such a dramatic difference in being able to chase or run away from your opponent's heroes. Down to the south side, we are looking at, well, Town Hall getting, well, quickly built up here. 1 arcane tower, no guard tower here. So this expansion, if it does get up and running, can still be easily challenged by Happy, as there isn't that much stationary defense. Graveyard has been rebuilt. Death Knight is getting trained up. Graveyard finally done, as we should be looking into a slaughterhouse here momentarily. Lich getting in a dark ritual. They're going to continue to rack up, fire some damage, as he now does have level 2 Frost Nova to try and blast out those poor footmen. Coming back around, Romantic still sitting only at tier 1. I would have thought that this delayed Town Hall expansion would have meant that Romantic was already teching to tier 2, but that is not the case, as Happy begins his tech to tier 3. Am I enjoying Lich first? It does open up for some different styles of play, and the blast, you can finally see how much damage that Lich really does here, as footmen are now just being sacrificed, and Happy is just perhaps just going to enjoy some bonus experience here. That feels like that's going to be the situation, as once more the slaughterhouse is going to get cleaned up. Lich, well, only 1 water elemental going to be taken down. Lich and Death Knight getting some bonus experience. Slaughterhouse now being summoned up once more, as the footmen are retreating back to the outpost here. Archmage are going to try and fight back here, and Water Elemental is going to deter this one Ghoul. No, Ghoul going to try and engage. I thought it was going to perhaps give a love tap to that footman, disrupt the healing, and I think there were plans for that, but now Death Knight and Lich are just going to dive on in. There goes a Frost Nova, finishing off that footman there. The footman was perhaps glad that he was back in the base, able to heal up, only to get blasted by a level 2 Frost Nova in a no time. Goblin Shredder now looking to, well, clear up some of these trees. Scout Tower is upgrading the guard tower, but it seems a little bit late, as the Lich is still fighting his way through. Perhaps could get another Frost Nova down here and take down some more of those footmen. More water elementals joining here, but the Lich and the Death Knight are just able to fight outside here, cause quite a bit of problems, as the Death Knight is tanking all of that damage, as the Lich would just get instantly healed up by that Death Knight, who is currently maxed out on mana. All right, more fighting getting underway. Arcane Tower feedbacking that Death Knight just a little bit. There's the Death Coil to finish things off, as this Arcane Vault, it looks like it is under a bit of duress again. Archmage, a Romantic hiding in the back, wanting to stay outside of that range. There's a Death Coil to disrupt the healing, as the Arcane Tower removes some precious mana from that Death Knight. All right. Pretty much Happy knows anytime he's able to disrupt the healing on that Archmage, well, a new Scroll of Regeneration will need to be built, or will need to be purchased, and that's trading 75 mana on a level 1 Death Knight for 100 gold, and he finds that to be a very efficient trade. Sasquatch getting cleared up here. Obsidian statue creeping alongside the Death Knight. Death Knight will get to level 2 as the Lich heads back home to pick up that Orb of Corruption. Orb of Corruption, Destroyer form now also coming on or being researched as well. Meanwhile, that tech to tier 3 now underway, but well, Mountain King as that second follow-up hero. Still don't see a nope, take it back. Blacksmith now being built at the expansion to try and wall things off, as the undead army now, well, looking to a little bit more creep clearing, perhaps get the Death Knight closer to level 3 before venturing forth. There goes a big Frost Nova there. There's some more dark rituals going around. Death Knight, perhaps I would have thought the Death Knight would have gotten to level 3 much more quickly, and having the Lich back away, but the Lich also wanting to be greedy and wanting to get level 4 for that level 2 dark ritual. Plus 9 strength on that Death Knight, translating to what is that, 220? Is that 225 bonus hit points? Yeah, 225 bonus hit points. That Death Knight, up from 750 to 975, very high on hit points there. As the footmen are now trying to retreat back, you must gather your party before venturing forth. All right. Lich now at level 4, Death Knight getting very close to level 3, and I think we can all see where this game is going. Happy continuing to slowly build up his army, will get to level 3 on the Death Knight, and now that Happy clearly has the hero level advantage, and we've all seen Happy take back or be able to, well, not worry about the economic advantage against human. You must gather before venturing. Boulder's Gate. Yeah. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Yeah. All right. Death Knight now on the move here. We see, well, a Dreadlord as the third and final hero, and opting for sleep here. A little bit of an interesting call. Wonder what to make of it, as the Lich is continuing to just remove armor, allowing the ghouls to come in and do their job with that large amount of damage. If you look at the army size advantage, Happy nearly double the size of Romantic right now, or was double the size of Romantic, as Romantic finally starting to train up some additional units. We can see Animal War Training getting trained up here. Where are the units getting trained? Is it a Paladin? Yeah, Paladin as that third hero. We can see Griffins are going to be trained up here, and perhaps the Griffins will be able to do something, as the Archmage runs into the back here, trying to finish off that Haunted Goldmine. Haunted Goldmine is going to get stopped here. Archmage is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Scroll of Town Portal quickly being used. It would have been interesting to see the Dreadlord come by, sleep the Archmage in time to have the Death Knight and the Archmage, Death Knight and the Lich perhaps land a Death Coil Frost Nova on that sleeping Archmage before he could use a Scroll of Town Portal. Dreadlord opening things up, has Carry On Swarm. Mountain King opting to go for Thunderclap as well, as that Paladin as that third and final hero out here on the battlefield. Romantic going to try and build, well, some siege engines, but is there actually enough room to walk these siege engines out of this base? I don't believe so, unless these peasants are actually trying to clear a path here and open up the highway, so to speak. All right. Some civil engineering needed in order to open things up to allow those siege engines to make their way out. Paladin could be in some serious trouble. Archmage does have a Staff of Sanctuary. Is he going to be able to, well, use that on that Paladin here? Paladin simply just running around. There's the Staff of Sanctuary in time. Mountain King now in trouble. He's going to end up getting surrounded. Stormbolt trying to break free. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? No Thunderclap. Thunderclap, I think, would have actually finished off one of those units. Staff of Sanctuary teleported the Paladin all the way back home, as the siege engines, well, still have nowhere to run. All right, still not enough room in order to break free, as Romantic not planning that nearly enough, as, well, needs to clear up that last and final tree. Paladin needs to venture, get going again, perhaps in a Holy Light to that Mountain King. The expansion of Happy now up and running as well. Not nearly at full saturation, as we're looking at 61 supply compared to 72. Romantic does have a larger overall population, which is incredibly important at this stage. Happy, however, has the hero level advantage, and that may turn out to be too much. We do see some knights on the battlefield alongside the Griffins. The Griffins, if they're able to, well, burst down damage on those ghouls, and more importantly, those obsidian statues, things could get turned sideways quickly. Siege engines ready to roll on in. Goblin Shredder also joining in on the fight. Anytime you have a unit that's immune to Death Coil and Frost Nova, well, that seems to give you a little bit of additional chance on life here. Ghouls now trying to retreat back. Siege engines are right there, and here we are getting a little bit of damage. There goes one ghoul down already as we see a carry-on swarm rip through right there. Gargoyles now trying to chase back after all of those slowed units as they're able to retreat. Archmage, however, does not have any arcane sanctum and doesn't have any priest to try and keep all of these units alive. The paladin will be working overtime with all of the holy light to try and keep these units going, as there's also only one staff of sanctuary. Undead army able to surround and take down one siege engine right there. Rock golems only left. The granite golem was taken down earlier as we see another frost nova going down onto the trailing griffin riders. Griffin riders, holy light trying to get the save, as the griffin rider will end up surviving. Most likely going to staff his sanctuary. That one low hit point griffin rider, no real reason to bring it along in the battle. Nope, going to go ahead and holy light it as the fly machines are nearby as well, ready to perhaps take down those gargoyles. Goblin Shredder wants to make its way back out here as well, as we're going into an engagement. All right, big Frost Nova going down, and Lich with that high level Frost Nova just constantly zoning out many of those griffins before they can get in some serious damage. Paladin is also a very, very big target. There's a sleep onto the Paladin. Paladin is asleep at the wheel and now needs to perhaps try to holy light some of those other units. There's a Dark Ritual onto a Gargoyle there as units are still retreating back. Paladin should be holy lighting that Mountain King, as that Mountain King wants to be in the frontline spot, but now the Death Knight, Death Coil, dodged by a Staff of Sanctuary, but that Knight has seen better days as he is currently just, well, stunned by that Staff of Sanctuary and will get focused down there anyways. Damage is going to continue to rack up. Army of Romantic unable to engage to try and save. He just doesn't seem to have the right combination of units, as Romantics only has a 45 supply army compared to Happy's 60, even though the total army supply or total supply is about the same. Dreadlord getting, well, absolutely pelted by a number of guard towers here. Gargoyles looking to perhaps venture forth. Flying machines aren't even really engaging, and you need those flying machines to go after those gargoyles so the griffins can then do their thing. If the griffins are constantly being challenged and not having any protection, why are you even building those flying machines at all? All right, there is more than 10 flying machines here working together. They should be able to get in large amounts of damage, but the Dreadlord and that carry-on swarm seems to be keeping the flying machines at bay. All right, flying machines trying to find a way to find their target and stay on target. No trenches here to, well, fly through, as the gargoyles looking to retreat back once more. 72 supply compared to Happy's 75. Happy holding on with that hero advantage as well. Paladin, just to show you how far back the hero level advantage is, Paladin has, well, 13 experience total. He is nowhere near level 2 yet and has not been able to gain any experience really to try and get to that higher level holy light. All right, Undead continuing to move across the map here. Here we are. Carry-on swarm gonna, well, rip through. There's only a little bit of damage there. Flying machines able to get a round of attacks back, and the carry-on swarm really didn't hit the flying machines at all. And making me wonder if it can hit it. The animation looked like it perhaps just fell a little bit short, as there you are. There's that carry-on swarm ripping through. Its shockwave that does not hit those air units, as the flying machine suddenly taking, well, large bursts of damage. All right, low hit point flying machine quickly getting teleported all the way back home. We're going to be getting into an engagement. Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord now in a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, the flying machines are trying to go up against the gargoyles as they're going to engage here. You can see the flying machines slowly getting torn apart as the griffins are there trying to finish the job here. Flying machines also need to go up against the destroyers, but 64 supply compared to 67. That first round of carry-on swarm just adding so much damage as all the flying machines pretty much shot down in an instance. However, both sides suffering big casualties. 59 supply compared to 51. Lich now gets up to level 5, so it may become the hero level advantage that is the big difference. Mountain King is in some serious trouble and could be taken down there. There it goes, level 1 Mountain King. Paladin right there about to fall as well. He gets staffed of Sanctuary back home by the Archmage. All right, there goes a Knight and the writing is pretty much on the wall. Romantic gonna lose this Archmage here as well, and that most likely will be the game. A level 1 Paladin, all that is left of the army, 38 supply compared to 65, as Happy was able to just constantly be in position to engage better. The higher hero level advantage of Happy with that level 2 carry-on swarm really taking a large chunk of hit points out of those flying machines. Once those flying machines had taken a little bit of damage, it was just 1 or 2 shots from a destroyer with mana and that splash damage to finish them off, and then able to just stand on the backs of the higher level heroes to, well, be able to out trade. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.